This is a very quick lesson over percent. So what is a percent? Well, it's represented by this symbol right here. Percent means per cent. How many cents go into a dollar? 100 cents. So it means per 100 or out of 100. It's a ratio that compares a number to 100. For example, if I ask you, this is a bar diagram, if I ask you to shade in 40% of this, we know 50% is synonymous to or equivalent to half. So 50% goes here. So 40% would go from here to here. So this represents 40%. So percent means out of 100, per 100, or out of 100. It's represented as a ratio, something over 100. For example, 24% means 24 out of 100, or 24 per 100, or 24 over 100. Sometimes you can simplify the ratio. For example, you can simplify 24 hundredths using the big 1, as some schools teach it. You divide the numerator and denominator by 4 and you get 6/25, or 24 hundredths. So 24% is equivalent to 24 hundredths, which is equivalent to the decimal of 24 hundredths, which is simplifies to 6/25. So, for example, the Titanic Toy Company has a 4% return rate on its products. Write this percent as a fraction in simplest form and a decimal. So the percent is 4%. What's the definition of a percent again? It means it's a ratio that can be written per 100, out of 100. So this means 4 out of 100. So this is our percent. And this is our fraction. How can I write 4 hundredths as a decimal? 4 hundredths. And this is the percent, the fraction, and decimal. They're all equivalent. However, before we can leave this question, can this be simplified? What can I divide both of these numbers by? I can divide both of these numbers by 4. So I could simplify this to 1/25. So all three of these are synonymous with the same thing. Next one. There are 4 trombones out of 25 instruments in the Lanerstown Band. What percent and decimal of the instruments are trombones? So there's 4 trombones. That's part of the whole, which is 25. So we have the fraction. I need the percent and decimal. Percent means what again? Out of 100, per 100. If I made a ratio table, or you could do proportion, how can I build 4/25 to 100? What can I multiply 25 by to get 100? I can multiply by 4. Multiply by 4. So that would be 16 hundredths. How would you write that as a decimal? 16 hundredths using a place value. What percent is this? What is the percent again? Anything per 100. So what number is above 100? 16%. So 16% is equivalent to 16 hundredths, which is equivalent to the fraction 16 hundredths, which is equivalent to the other fraction, the simplified fraction of 4/25. Let's try one more example. On Saturday afternoon, 6 out of 8 telephone calls taken at the Overlook restaurant were for dinner reservations. What percent and decimal of the telephone calls were for dinner reservation? So part of the whole, or 6 out of 8, were for dinner. So I know our fraction. I need to find the percent, and I need to find its decimal equivalent. But what is the percent again? Per 100. Is this per 100? No. If you like creating a ratio table, here's a ratio table. Can 8 be built into 100? You could say times 12 and 5/10, but most of you will not say that. Let's look at closely at 6/8. Could I simplify 6/8? If I divide both of these numbers by 2, I would get 3/4. Now, can I build this up to per 100? Yes, I can. I can build it up by 25. So 3 times 25 is 75 hundredths. That's written as the decimal 7500. And the percent is 75%. Because what's a percent again? Anything per 100. So 75 hundredths, 75%, 7500, or 6/8, or 3/4. They're all equivalent. So this is a percent. Percent is anything out of 100 or per 100.